welcome to week 3. I'm the Airsoft Guru, Dean Donovan. Today we're going to do some more reviews. What we have in store for you is the Well High CAPA 7.1. Very durable pistol. Been nothing but happy with the one we have here at the shop, so we're going to jump right in, get you into the review, and we'll even do a teardown and show you how it works with the target. So I hope you enjoy it. So here we have the Well 7.1 High CAPA. Again, I know some of you guys mentioned product box review, so just gonna get right past it. So, ta-da! Alright, this is a modified 1911. This has a split slide. Some people call it a dragon slide. This is more of a competition style shooter. This is a double stack magazine. As you can see here, it is a fatter magazine. We'll go ahead and drop the mag here. A lot bigger, holds about 26 rounds. Very well made. The nice thing about these magazines is these will fit inside the KJW High CAPA, as well as the WE High CAPA, as well as the Well High CAPA. So it crosses over quite a few brands. This gun also will accept a CO2 based magazine since it is big enough. I really don't recommend using a CO2 based magazine, as unfortunately CO2 is a lot harder on the gun. Let's get into the details of the gun. First thing, it's got the grip safety. Although, when we do the shooting, I'll show you the grip safety is actually just cosmetic. It does not function. Has the thumb safety, ambidextrous on both sides. And then it's got the nice MEU additional parts. So you've got the lightweight hammer, as well as the lightweight trigger assembly. It does have adjustable rear sights, which I don't know if you can see, but I'll do close-ups again if I need. And it has a front fiber optic sight here. Just to give you an idea what the slide function looks like. Just the back half moves. It gives a really nice look. It doesn't really save on weight because you still have all the weight from the front half of the slide still up here. Plus you have some additional weight. Now, the High CAPAs typically have a rail built into the frame. This has an extended rail, so you can fit quite a bit more stuff on here. And then on top of that, they went and they added a kind of a meat tenderizer front end on it. I'm not sure how well you can see that, but it is there. Now it does come with a threaded tip, which is easily removable, as you can see. Just unthreads out of the barrel. So that gives you a look of the actual meat tenderizer front end. But we're going to go ahead and do the teardown now and show you what it takes to do a teardown on this. Now we have previously done this, so things are a little loose, so expect them to be tight. And there are some tools you are going to need to do your field strips. You're going to need some screwdrivers for the most part, and then you're going to need a very small torque screw. So the first screw you want to undo is right here underneath. This is the basically set screw for the front end. Alright, and then in the front end, there's 2 more Phillips screws that you just want to remove. Okay, and then you have the meat tenderizer piece come right off. So now you have this front half of the barrel, which is very loose. When you do this, you may want to invest in some Loctite, tighten that up. I do recommend using a torque screwdriver. We didn't have one. We happened to find a precision screwdriver that fit it, and it comes right out. Now this is literally the only screw that holds the front piece of the barrel on, and then that slides off as well. Now that you're at that part, you're exactly at the typical stage of the teardown of a standard 1911. So you just push the slide back to that little notch, but you can't get your finger under there. So what I did is I took a flathead and just pop it loose. And it pulls right off. So now you have your lower frame. Now they do make upgrades to these lower frames. I know KJW makes one with some nice stippling on it. Gives for more comfortable grip. Not a requirement. We haven't done it yet, but they are cross compatible. Now in this slide assembly, as you can see, it's a very extended barrel. So the teardown is still just a bit more. So you want to pull the slide pin down, then you release the barrel, and you pull the barrel out through the bottom of the slide. Then you take the slide pin out. Fortunately, it doesn't go shooting across the room like the other one did. And then the buffer. So there's your basic takedown. Now in this gun, the hop up is pretty easily to locate. It's right there. There's a little black wheel. Fortunately, with pistols, your hop ups are usually preset by the factory. Since most pistols are meant for CQB play, you're not really ever going to need to adjust them. If you are looking for more accuracy and you want to adjust it, that would be where you do it. It takes a lot of time and a lot of effort. I don't think I've ever spent the time to zero in a pistol. So, but let's go ahead and show you the basic reassembly here. So the first thing you want to do is you want to put the buffer back in. Put your slide pin back in. You need to pull that all the way down. Then you're going to put your barrel assembly back in to where it meets with the nozzle. Then it's just holding itself in place. Now you just assemble it like a standard 1911. Right back onto the frame. Drop your pin in. And it locks it in place. Now, unfortunately, with 1911s there isn't a standard decocking system, so I can't fully decock the hammer. I want to make sure we're doing gun safety here. I got a couple comments last time that my finger was on the trigger a couple times, so I want to make sure that's not a problem this episode. So now we're going to take this front piece of the slide and we're going to put it right back on over the barrel. Goes right back in there. You're just going to have it flush in there. And you're going to take your set screw, your very small Torx or precision screwdriver if you have. Just tighten it down. See, it's in there. Again, I do recommend putting some Loctite on it. Blue Loctite is usually best. And you're going to go ahead and put the meat tenderizer back on. Now, I usually loosely put in the screws first, as you don't want to over tighten anything and strip them out. Now, it isn't the easiest thing to assemble, and if you're not careful, you can do something out of position and it won't sit level on the gun. Won't give you a nice aesthetic look. But overall, it's a pretty simple assembly. Now I'm just going to go back and tighten these up, make sure they're all snug down. Now, most stores, if you remove the orange tip, your warranty is usually void. Fortunately, since it's a threading, now you got to remember some of them, it is pressed in, so you got to be careful. We got lucky this one's a threaded tip. Threads right back on, there you go. So what we're going to do now, we're going to go ahead and do we're going to put some BBs down range, show you how the gun functions, show you what kind of accuracy it has, and show you what else we have. So this episode I decided I'm going to go ahead and show you how the loading on this works. First thing we're going to do, we're going to load the BBs. Now there's two ways of doing it. We're going to use a speed loader. A lot simpler. You got this nice adapter, you put it right over the top of the maglets just like this. Maybe hard to see, but you just pop it right on. Using the speed loader, you just use a plunger. And there you go. Usually one falls out, but hold on to it. The BBs that we're using today are 0.2 gram from airsplat.com. Really good BBs, good quality. Have never had an issue with them jamming or breaking, so really well worth it. Now, the loading of the gas. These magazines have these plastic bottom plates. Mags drop, these break sometimes. Fortunately, they're pretty easy to find replacements and pretty easy to change out. You just grab a screwdriver, hit the little pin in the first hole, hit it again there, and it slides right off. The gun will function like this, but your spring for the BB follower is right here, so it might pop out. We don't want that. But since I have it like this, I'll show you the filling a little easier. You see the brass valve right there. I'm going to use a King Arms this time. Just put it right here. I usually do about 3 3-second bursts. as you can see, there's no problem getting to that nozzle. When you put this back on, you just pop it down, and then you have to hit the button once again to lock it in place. There's your basic gas and BB fill-up on this magazine. Let's go ahead and get it in the range, and we'll do some shooting. So here you see we have our target set up again. Yes, it is the same target from the last review, but it'll give you an idea of what's going to happen. So, loading up, racking the first round. Now I am about 10 feet back, so alright, so it looks like I ran out of gas with 1 BB to spare, so that's pretty good. I guess I'm going to need a new target for next episode, but you can see that it did have quite a kick. I don't know if you could hear it, but I can tell you it was kicking. It made the target jump a little bit, so let's get this back on the bench so I can give you a visual of how the function of the gun and how it looks when you're actually firing it. So we got the gun back on the bench. We're going to go ahead and show you how the slide functions. I've already preloaded the magazine with gas. I am going to show you what it looks like when the slide locks back and how to function it. So here we go. See, the slide locks back. That shows you it's empty. When we hit the slide release, now you pull the trigger and it locks back when your mag's empty. As you know, mag is empty right now. So I'm going to hold the slide lock down just so you can see the slide action repeated. So I wanted to give you some close-ups of the gun. I know last time I didn't get to show you all the close-ups of it as well as you would have liked, but overall there's the gun. I'm going to drop the magazine here. Now, if you look here, you can see the meat tenderized I was talking about. Maybe not the greatest shot of it, but you can see there is the aggressive front end there. Now if you look at the top of the slide, you'll see there is some ports here. They call it compensating, but in all honesty, who needs to compensate when your slide is split like this? And there's a nice MU trigger. And you can see the adjuster for your adjustable sight right there. It's a flathead. You can adjust the rear sight up and down. So that's basically it. It is a well-rounded, sturdy 1911. There's the original rail off the high CAPA, and then the extended rail. All in all, the gun is a great workhorse. It will do what it needs to do on the field, as well as just target practice. There was one thing I want to show you else about, one thing I didn't care for. Now, I still have some gas in here, so what I need to show you, I'm holding the slide lock down. I'm going to rack the magazine. Okay. Now, if you see, I'm not holding the grip safety. Okay. And it fires. So the grip safety is not functional. That is the only safety, okay? And we all know what the true safety in this world is. It's your fingers. Okay, so now that we've gone ahead and put the gun through the ringer, we've put it downfield, we've torn it apart, taken a look at it, showing you the pros and cons about it. My opinion overall, I'm going to give this gun a 4.5 out of 5. Overall, the gun aesthetically is nice. The weight's a little troublesome, but you can get over it in time. My biggest concern was this grip safety. I didn't really care for the fact that you didn't have to hold that to fire the gun. Now, it may just be a flaw in this one, but again, I'm reviewing this particular one. Again, 4.5 out of 5 isn't bad. It's a great gun, even for a starter gun. Now, these run about $99 on average. Again, we picked this one over at Airsplat. They gave us a great deal on it. I think we got it while it was on sale, so watch for their sales. They do some enormous sales. But all in all, very worthwhile. I would recommend this to any of my friends, especially that want something aggressive, good for CQB play, and has readily available magazines. So that's our review this week. I don't have any previews for you, unfortunately. Just keep in mind, Airsoft is not a crime. We want to make sure everyone's safe. I hope you enjoyed this review. Make sure to subscribe and like the video. just show us you care. Hopefully we'll see you here next week when we have another gun to review, or maybe we'll do some previews of some other stuff. But have a great time and enjoy your airsoft.